Splice for me is when I'm kind of bored, I will go through the Splice library. I will look through, all the new sample packs. What are the ones that are charting? The top 10 sample packs on Splice is a very good indication of what sounds people around the world are using to make their music.
Oh.
So if you think about it from that perspective, if you want to make this a career and sell this music to people, you got to understand the market, right? You got to understand who your audience is and who you're selling to. So therefore, a really good indication of where the trends are is by looking at that top 10, sample pack. Here are the top 10 sample packs that are doing really well. So then, I tend to go through those, and I'm like, okay, I literally just start downloading sounds that I really like. And so I don't know if you can hear this, but this one, can you hear that?
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is a really great, I can, the moment I heard it, I can immediately hear songs that I could build on top of that. Or even really weird stuff. I was like, I could definitely use that in something, or this stuff. I'm like, man, these are all super high quality and sound amazing, or these sound So, it's just a no-brainer. You have people from around the world that are devoting all of this time to make this one loop sound that amazing, with this one drum sound epic. It's just kind of why not? Just use it, throw it into your production, and then see how it changes everything.
So for those who don't know, Splice is an online subscription-based sample library that's in a cloud somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That anybody who subscribes can access that.
Yes.
Which, of course, we also contributed to this library as well.
Yeah.
Am I correct that there's actually people that are at home or wherever in their studios just building samples?
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll show you. Actually, this is literally how you build a sample. So sometimes you'll find a hi-hat loop or whatnot. So this is going back to what you really loved, right?
Yeah.
So here is a hi-hat pattern that I found. Let's see, what's the best way to hear this? Okay, so this is what the original sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, Brazilian rhythm. You can already imagine how people are dancing to it. It's very iconic, right? And so the way that I messed with it, and this is kind of one of the parts that really sparked something, was that, well, the thing about Michael records is that you always have these extraneous rhythms of people doing random things in the background, people clanking on things, and that's kind of what contributes to the party atmosphere. So I was like, okay, well, I knew that this particular sample would fit into the scope of this song, just from the sheer vibe and partyness of it, but I wanted to do something different with it. And so what I did is that I started messing with the transients. And so what's really cool about Ableton, at the bottom left here with you have this menu of how, so you click on the transients, which is you're messing with the gating of the sounds that come after the attack.
Yeah.
And then you click on this, which is an arrow to the end, which means I think it's hard stops. And then you mess with this, right, which is the meter from 100 to blah, blah. So check this out.
Yeah.
If you bring it down to if you bring it down to 7, now you're just hearing the attack, the initial hit of the thing, right? So then when I did that, I was like, oh, wow, that sounds like a hi-hat pattern. But then it doesn't sound, the tone and the pitch of it doesn't sound like a hi-hat. So I have to take it there. So now I take that, transpose it up 11 steps, and then you have this. And then once you do that, then you have this drum pattern. Right? And so now you have...
That's amazing.
A Brazilian vibe. Another way to think about it is that music at the end of the day, there's always an underlying source code to everything, right? It's like you play these synths and sounds and all that, but the underlying source code to what these synths are playing, it's the harmony, it's the chords, right? It's like, are you playing an A major 7 versus A major 9? Because that difference between the 7 and the 9 is going to give you a very different emotional landscape in which you can write a song over.
Right.
And so getting to understand the essence of what that source code is, then whatever technology and tool you put on top of that, you're just kind of filtering it through something different.